Hello and welcome to your Club Everton Daily. The date is Wednesday, the 11th of January 2012. And ahead of the Spurs game, we're bringing you our daily update. Now, we've had some feedback, and we very much appreciate that feedback as well, and we encourage you to leave it. Basically, you've asked that we go into a bit more detail with the news, and we have a bit more emphasis on the match. And my answer to that is, yeah, fair enough. Since the podcast is out of commission for a while anyway, I was planning on, incorporating some match reports into this format now anyway. So, yeah, I think that's probably for the best to, get the point across about this daily format. Well, with that in mind, what are we going to do? We're going to round up the news. We've got 3 articles. We're going to have a look at the latest transfer gossip. And we're going to have a look back at an old article from when Saturday comes online about Everton. So, yes, it's a completely Everton-related daily today, aside from the transfer gossip, obviously. Alright, well, anyway, let's get this one on the road then. We'll start with the news. First off, ahead of that Tottenham game, the Everton official site has been hyping it up and using the domination of Gareth Bale by one Messer Phil Neville as a selling point ahead of tonight's match. Selling it in story mode, and then Sylvan Diston giving his memories about the event. Anyway, it's in the news archive on the official site if you want to go and read it. I'm not going to do it myself. The next article is Arteta cash admission. Basically what's happened here is that David Moyes has admitted to the press that the money raised from the sale of Mikel Arteta has gone to the bank. In fact, his exact quotes when he was asked about whether or not he was going to use the Arteta money to reinvest in the squad, Moyes' exact quote was, or Moyes' quote was rather, "I don't think that is going to be the case. I think everyone knew at the time that the bank wanted the money. People knew that really." Unquote. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes down, especially with the Liverpool Echo, who were forced to issue a retraction when they initially speculated on the story. But anyway, a bit of positivity coming from Goodison Park, a good initiative. Football Aid is returning, and that is once again giving fans the opportunity to play on the hallowed turf at Goodison Park. They'll get exclusive access to the pitch and tunnel areas, personalised shirts, await the official team in the changing rooms before walk down the illustrious tunnel and an unforgettable 90 minutes of football. This is where fans will get the opportunity to bid to play alongside Everton legends, where they'll either be players themselves or they'll be managing the teams. And the way it works is you go to the Football Aid website, pick Everton as the team obviously, and bid for a certain position on the pitch. Examples, some of the people who played include Pat Nevin and Stuart Barlow, who are Football Aid ambassadors themselves, and others such as Matty Jackson and Anders Limpard have taken part in the Football Aid matches as well. So if you want to get involved with that, head to Football Aid. We'll put a link in the description. Excuse me. Now that's it for the news. Now we'll move on to transfer gossip again. All various mix of sources, we'll be quoting those sources as we go along. First of all, the Cunt Rag reports that Newcastle are prepared to buy back Andy Carroll from Liverpool, but will not pay more than £10 million for the striker they sold to the Anfield Club for £35 million last year. Alternatively, the Magpies would be willing to pay around £15 million for Carroll, but the Tyneside club believes that Liverpool's valuation would be closer to 25, that's according to the Times. Cunt is also reporting that Newcastle put a £15 million price tag on goalkeeper Tim Krul. The Star reports that new QPR manager Mark Hughes has made Chelsea striker Didier Drogba his #1 transfer target. Talkshite reports that Mario Balotelli has dismissed reports that he wants to quit Man City. Times reports that Spurs boss Harry Redknapp wants his chairman Daniel Levy to stump up £7 million for Bolton defender Gary Cahill, whose proposed move to Chelsea has stalled over his wage demands and his preference to move to a club where he is assured of being the first choice. The Star reports that Arsenal starlet Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain wants to leave the club on loan during the transfer window to boost his chances of getting on the plane for Euro 2012. The Gunners face competition from Chelsea and Man City to sign 16-year-old Southampton left-back Luke Shaw, who is valued at around £4 million, even though he's yet to make his first team debut. That's according to the Independent. The Express in English, reports that Hughes has already contacted his former club Man City about signing defenders Nedum Onuoha and Wayne Bridge. And Blackburn are to make an £8 million offer for Chris Samba. Hughes has the budget of around £30 million to spend in January. The Liverpool Echo reports that Everton are believed to be looking at Egyptian striker Mohamed Naji, who plays for Al Ahly in Cairo. Of course, if he requires money for that transfer, we can pretty much disregard that. The Mirror reports that Shell striker Modiba Maiga, whose proposed move to Newcastle fell through last month when he failed the medical, is now hoping to join Stoke. That's according to the Mirror. The Daily Racist reports that Liverpool are understood to be interested in Inter Milan striker Luke Castagios, a transfer target for Merseyside rivals Everton, on a loan deal. Sky Sports reports that out-of-favour Tottenham defender Sebastian Basson has reiterated he could leave the club after growing increasingly frustrated with his lack of playing time. The Newcastle Chronicle reports that Newcastle have said they've not received any bids for striker Demba Ba. The London Evening Standard says that Inter Milan president Massimo Moratti says the club is serious about signing once-away Man City striker Carlos Tevez. Metro reports that Qatar Al Said have pulled out of the deal for QPR striker Adel Tarabt after balking at his £15 million price tag. Again, let's go to the Metro. The Racist reports that Stokes proposed £1.5 million signing of VVV Venlo striker Michael Olbensho is in danger of collapse over work permit issues. Potty reports that Man United are believed to be targeting Celtics. 22-year-old midfielder Ki Sung-young in a bid to ease their midfield crisis. And the Mirror have reported that Fulham have joined the clubs watching Jamie Vardy, non-league Fleetwood's £1 million rated striker. According to the Mirror. Another gossip, Man City boss Roberto Mancini has criticised Liverpool's handling of the Luis Suarez affair and insisted that the striker should have apologised sooner for racially abusing Patrice Evra. Goal.com reports that Suarez said he wants to fire Liverpool to a trophy top 4 finish where he returns from his 8-match suspension. The Express reports that Man City striker Mario Balotelli says Mancini is a better manager than Real Madrid boss Jose Mourinho. Goal.com reports that City are worried that star striker David Silva could be out of action for a few weeks with an ankle injury. It's what forced him off at half-time in a 3-0 defeat to Man United. Birmingham Mail reports that Aston Villa midfielder Terry-Ann Clark insists he has never contemplated going out on loan to boost his hopes of playing for the Republic of Ireland at Euro 2012. Lancashire Telegraph reports that Blackburn boss Steve Keane's agent, has questioned the motives behind the protests at Rovers and suggested the fans involved are not true supporters. Disgusting, quote, if that's true. Excuse me. London Evening Standard reports that former Man United striker Eric Cantona will not be in the run to become the president of France. Daily Mirror reports that Paul Ince is set to return to management this week with League 2 side Bristol Rovers. And the Newcastle Chronicle reports that Sir Richard Branson has ruled out bidding to rename Newcastle's ground St James's Park after his takeover of Northern Rock. And finally, and there's 3 of them, this makes no sense. The Cunt Rag reports that Arsenal midfielder Jack Wilshere has achieved a personal goal, snaps of himself with 2 football legends. The Metro reports that David Beckham's son Romeo may have broken his daddy's heart after seemingly deciding to support Man United's Premier League rivals Arsenal. And, according to Cunt Rag again, Tottenham manager Harry Redknapp already has a plan to stop Thierry Henry by re-signing Glenn Hoddle and Ozzy Ardiles. What the fuck? Hope that's the end of the transfer gossip for today. So now we'll move on to our article of interest to finish off. How are we doing for time, actually? Yeah, we should have enough. Right, 2 teams in Liverpool. That's not noted. It's from when Saturday comes online, though. Again, link in the description. One of the night commercials broadcast during ITV's Euro 2008 coverage showed Liverpool turning Spanish in honour of Fernando Torres. Houses were painted in red and yellow. Spain's flag flew on Mersey ferries. Football fans were shown taking language lessons, and then talking to Tyres himself as he wandered through a park. It was as though Nike had assumed, or at least expected their audience would assume, that Liverpool FC are the only team in the city. Visitors to Liverpool might be forgiven for also getting this impression, should they happen upon the recently opened FC megastore in one of the city's busiest streets. In the outside world, Liverpool is synonymous with the football club that carries the city's name due to its international success over several decades. But some Everton supporters are concerned that this perception may be about to become fact. Everton message boards were inundated with comments about the Nike ads as soon as they appeared. There were some suggesting that they neatly summed up the argument against the club relocating to a proposed new stadium in Kirkby, outside of the city's boundaries. The Kirkby development incorporated a Tesco superstore is expected to be ruled upon soon by the government's office for the North West, possibly within the next week. If the office calls for a public inquiry, based chiefly upon local residents' objections to the scheme, building work will be put back by at least a year, if it begins at all. Doubt also surrounds Liverpool's new ground at Stanley Park adjacent to Anfield, but they at least have planning permission, even though the club's two owners may yet conclusively fall out over the stadium's escalating costs. The weight on the decision seems to be looming over Everton. David Moyes is still yet to sign a new contract. Indeed, he made no public comments at all on the situation since the end of the season. The club have been linked with various signings, but the strongest rumours relate to sales of Andy Johnson and Mikel Arteta. The club have to sell before they can buy. The anti-Kirkby lobbyists say because we have arranged to borrow heavily to fund the construction of the new stadium. And even when it's built, the argument goes, they will be hampered by loan repayments for a long time to come, just as Arsenal seems to turn into a selling club by the cost of the Emirates. Everton's board lobbied in favour of the Kirkby move, which was backed by a majority of supporters in a ballot conducted last year. The fans opposed it have since argued that Liverpool City Council should be doing more to find an alternative site within city boundaries. There is a perception that the local authorities see Liverpool FC as an important emblem of the city and so made more of an effort to accommodate their relocation plans, although the council's leader, Warren Bradley, is himself an Evertonian. But if the clubs stay put, there is little scope for expanding on the revenues raised in a ground that holds only 40,000. There would also seem to be less chance of the club being bought by one of those international billionaires with a newly discovered interest in football, if a prospective new owner would also have to cop up for the cost of a new ground. That might turn out to be a blessing in disguise, of course. In the meantime, the ground issue is diving the support and alienating some of the people who run the club, rifts that are likely to be widened whatever decision is made on the stadium move. Nice look back in history there. Anyway, that's it for today's daily. I'd like to thank you all for your attention during this, and before we let you go, we'll let you know how you can get involved with us on social media. First of all, we are on Facebook. Link is in the description. It's as simple as that, really. We're also on Twitter. @ClubEverton is our handle. Or, again, link is in the description if you just want to, follow that. And we're also on Google+, which is very difficult to navigate, so we put the link there. Don't forget, we're also on iTunes. And we also have our YouTube channel here, which you can subscribe to be the very first to get the Club Everton dailies as they're made. And before we leave you, once again, we'd like to tell you that Club Everton dailies are brought to you by Hans Tours, the official travel partner of clubeverton.co.uk. For more information, visit hanstours.co.uk or give Han a ring on 077 521 21395. Alright, well that's it for today's daily. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you again tomorrow.